the day Jesus cleared the temple. It was the time of Passover in Jerusalem. The city was alive with travelers, men, women, and children who had come from far and wide to worship God at the great temple. The air buzzed with excitement, but also with something else. As Jesus walked through the temple courts, his eyes scanned the scene before him, but this wasn't a place of prayer. It looked more like a noisy marketplace. There were merchants selling cattle and sheep, their hooves clacking on the stone floor. Others sat behind tables piled high with silver coins, exchanging money for those who had come from foreign lands. The cries of salesmen echoed against the holy walls. 2 doves for a shekel. Best lambs for your offering. Jesus stopped. His face, usually calm and gentle, grew fierce with righteous anger. "This is my Father's house," he said, his voice low, "and you have turned it into a den of thieves." Then, with a burst of holy passion, Jesus stepped into the chaos. He grabbed a rope and made a whip, not to hurt people, but to drive out the animals and scatter the corrupt business. He stormed through the temple courts, overturning the tables of the money changers. Coins flew everywhere, clinking and clattering across the floor. Doves flapped from their cages, flying to freedom. "Get these out of here," Jesus shouted. "Stop turning my Father's house into a market." The people were stunned. Merchants scrambled to gather their scattered money. The animals bleated and brayed as they ran. And in the middle of it all stood Jesus, bold, holy, and unstoppable. Little by little the noise faded. The crowd watched in silence as Jesus stood in the place meant for worship, now finally quiet again. "It is written," Jesus said, "my house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers." And then something amazing happened. The blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. Children ran through the courts shouting, "Hosanna to the Son of David," their voices ringing out with joy. That day, Jesus reminded everyone, God's house is not a place for greed or selfish gain. It's a holy place where hearts should bow, prayers should rise, and people should meet with the living God.